In Hartford tonight, those tenants are fed up and want to be made whole. Thanks for joining us here in the Fox 61 News at 11. I'm Sarah Sanchez. For more than a month, tenants who were displaced by a fire have been victimized all over again. First, their apartments were broken into, then their things stolen. Tonight, they tell us they're terribly disappointed by how things have been handled. Fox 61's Kate Pattyfoot has our Fox 61 follow-up.
It's been over a month since people have been able to get into their homes here at the Concord Hills apartment. One tenant believes something sketchy is going on. She and many others are calling for more transparency and a better housing solution while the apartments that were impacted by the fire are repaired.
What's going to happen with the housing situation, or who's going to pay for my belongings, or when am I going to go to a room with a kitchen? Or what other resources are we going to get?
Questions regarding temporary housing that Marisol Navarro say need answers.
Getting just a slap in the face, especially from the mayor of Hartford, who should be on our side, because when he was campaigning and walking up and down the streets of Hartford, he wanted our attention. But now that we need his help, he can't give us his attention.
On Wednesday, Hartford Mayor Arunan Arulampalam held a resource fair for the displaced tenants of the Concord Hills apartments.
We just wanted to make sure that we are being responsive, that we are getting them every resource we could right away and getting them on a real game plan to move into an apartment.
Mayor Arulampalam says they have helped tenants with relocation resources up to $4,000, food services like Meals on Wheels and SNAP benefits, and legal services to provide tenant assistance. But even after all of this, Navarro says more needs to be done, especially after residents found out the empty apartments were broken into and ransacked.
They're offering me $4,000, but how am I going to furnish this apartment when all of my things were either destroyed or stolen? $4,000 is not going to cover that.
The group Angels of Edgewood is doing all they can to support those residents, but the founder feels the city has to do better.
You know, the way that they're being treated is just disgraceful. And as the city is changing, you know, they are being pushed out of the community that they were born and raised in.
We reached out to the apartment owner, Gray Hill, but have not heard from them. Navarro told me for the time being she's going to stay with her dad because the conditions of the motel she was staying in were poor. In Hartford, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.